Yo, what's going on, guys? CultofMush back at it with another video, and in this video, we're gonna be talking about Call of Duty. Yes, I know not everyone's favorite series on PC, but Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is upon us, and I wanted to go over Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered system requirements. Currently, for whatever reason, only the minimum requirements are available, so I'll go over those. Call of Duty has always been relatively inconsistent on PC, so you gotta keep that in mind before you go in. For me, last year, Black Ops 3 was just a nightmare. Advanced Warfare was a nightmare. I think the last one that I thoroughly enjoyed the PC version of was Black Ops 2. So yeah, hopefully Infinite Warfare launches without any issues, but me personally, and I know for a lot of other people, I'm more excited about the Modern Warfare Remaster. Now the only issue is you can't buy Modern Warfare Remastered separately. You have to buy the Infinite Warfare Deluxe Edition, which goes for $80. So yeah, that does kind of suck, but without further ado, let's get right into this. We're gonna start off with the Infinite Warfare system requirements, since those are obviously higher, being that it is a newer game. For minimum CPU requirement, you're looking at an Intel Core i3 3225 at 3.3 GHz. That's fairly low end, but I still imagine that if you want to get the most out of this game, you're gonna need an i5. But with those of you with an i3 or even an FX 6300, you should be pretty good as far as Infinite Warfare on lower settings. For minimum RAM requirement, you're looking at 8 GB of RAM, nothing too surprising there. Graphics card requirement, you're looking at a GTX 660 2GB or an AMD Radeon HD 7850 2GB. These were two very popular video cards about 4 years ago. I believe they both released in 2012, and they were very solid mid-range options at the time. Obviously, now they're not as good. Something comparable to them would be like the RX 460 or a 1050. Those GPUs are actually ahead of the 660 and the 7850. And the one last thing I want to mention is the storage. There has been a lot of talk about this game's storage. Steam has it listed for 70 GB of available space for the Deluxe Edition. I believe that includes Call of Duty Infinite Warfare as well as Modern Warfare, but that is a lot of space even for two games. I mean, Modern Warfare is essentially a decade-old game, and Infinite Warfare, while it is a newer game, 70 GB of storage space, that's a little high. And then obviously you're gonna have the DLC content if you're into that, and that is gonna add even more storage. So you're gonna need a lot of space to download this year's Call of Duty. Now let's move on to the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered minimum system requirements, which this is something I'm very excited for. For those of you that played Call of Duty 4, you know why I'm so excited for this. Back in 2007, this is the game that really set Call of Duty ablaze. It was always a relatively popular series, but Modern Warfare just made the series blow up with its accessibility, solid gameplay, and rewarding gameplay. That was my main takeaway from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, was that it was such a rewarding game. Now at this point, the rewarding Call of Duty system has gotten a little bit stale, but I still love to go back and play COD 4. And yeah, enough talking about my love for the game, let's talk about the minimum system requirements, which obviously, this is a remaster of a nearly decade-old game, so they're not too high, but I thought let's go over them anyway. Minimum CPU requirement, you're looking at an Intel Core i3 530 at 2.9 GHz or an AMD Phenom 2 X4 810 at 2.8 GHz. Very old CPUs, those are. The i3 530 was one of the first i3s, and the Phenom 2 X4, that was a very popular CPU back in the day, but nowadays, if you're building a PC, you're not even looking at the Phenom 2. But if you have a pre-built computer from years ago, an i3 530 or a Phenom 2 X4 might be what you have in your PC, so definitely check that. You still might be able to run Modern Warfare Remastered. Minimum RAM requirement, you're looking at 6 GB of RAM, which honestly is a little bit high, but it's just 6 GB of RAM. You probably have that. GPU requirement is a little bit odd. On the AMD side, you actually have the ATI Radeon HD 7850, the 1 GB model instead of the 2 GB model that was recommended for Infinite Warfare. And then on the NVIDIA side, you have a GeForce GTS 450 at 1 GB. The Radeon HD 7850 is significantly faster than the GTS 450, so I don't know what's up with that. They both are listed as 1 GB video cards, and honestly, you probably don't have to think about it too much, since at this point, both of those GPUs are relatively weak, but it is just a little bit confusing as to why the GTS 450 is on here alongside the Radeon HD 7850. And then Activision also has it listed as 55 GB of available space needed to download Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. So that's 70 GB I was talking about Infinite Warfare. I believe that is just Infinite Warfare alone, and then you'll need a lot more space for Modern Warfare Remastered. And then Activision also has it listed that more space will be required for updates, DLC, etc. So oh my god, these games are gonna be massive. If you're looking to buy the Deluxe Edition, make sure you have enough space on your hard drive. but I know in the grand scheme of things, 100 gigabytes really isn't that much, with a lot of people buying 1, 2, or 3 terabyte hard drives, but just for 2 games, that is a lot of space. I mean, a lot of open world games go for like 40 to 50 gigabytes, and now Call of Duty 4, it looks like it might be 55 gigabytes, and then you have Infinite Warfare. Just some insanity, but the COD games have always been relatively large in file size, so it's not too surprising. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I know PC gamers have been burned by Call of Duty for so long now, but it is a series that whenever it comes out on PC, it will be one of the top sellers. People eat it up every year. There's at least a segment of the audience that's gonna buy the Call of Duty games every year, and then there's a segment of the audience that gets a little burned by them, but at this point, we've got Steam refunds. It's really not a worry to pick up games anymore since you can just refund them, and Steam is pretty lenient with their policy. If a game is known to be broken, then even if you get past the 2-hour play window, they'll still refund you. So it's not too big of a worry anymore, but hopefully Call of Duty turns out well. I know Call of Duty is a very polarizing series, but again, there is a segment of the PC gaming audience that enjoys these games, and I want them to be able to enjoy the game how it's meant to be played. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you have a request for a future video, you can also leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.